from the Brotherhood base. Okay, we got in the background there. We got X. That's right. Shout out to X. Family near and far. You know, all his legacy, his love, life, and legacy. Still here. What inspired this album? What's the theme? So that's not a question that I can answer. I'm trying to find out what you all feel after listening, sitting down and hearing to it. Like, so the first person who had listened to the record in its entirety is Born Son. Born Son gave me a detailed explanation of how it could be perceived. He was talking about Secret Wars for the song Versus. And Versus is like Secret Wars, you know? And then also, Goliath dropped signs from the shoulders of giants. Yeah, you like that shit, huh, Eric? Yeah, that's right. That shit is nasty. So, some was saying that you gotta use your imagination, right? So, and he's right. If you listen to the record and you're just listening to the words and you're just following just the beat, because Body Bag Ben beats, the beats are hard and they're dark too, and they don't really have they're wide open and just get busy, but then they also have soundscape in it that sounds like maybe you in some kind of a madhouse, right? So the rhymes that had to accompany it was done in such a way where it was open, so I would get in and then see what happened and what the feedback was after X amount of bars. And when the flow got with it, I said, all right, that's what I'm going to put with this beat. The Body Bag Ben sent me about 3-4 dozen beats. And, so COVID Santa, this is my shit, man. Because, you know, this record got a shelf life, right? Okay, yeah, this record got a shelf life. So COVID Santa, just put the top. So,
dude, yes, I clearly cannot pick up the phone. Come on.
Yeah, you will call on my phone. But post office. Oh yeah. What's the joke that got the most words, nigga? Yeah, the post office, nigga. Yeah, what 2 words contain? Who this Adam Anthrax? You a funny dude, man. That's right. Yeah. Hey, so the record. Is it something important?
All business phone.
Yeah, call my jack.
Sorry.
I need to turn that off. Yeah, okay. So it's on that one. There you go. So that's right. Shout out. Let's see here. Yeah. Just do you know? Let me put this away so you can talk on that. All right, there you go. So, yeah. You can talk on the speaker, right? You good? Yeah, press speaker. Yeah, I just closed the headphone. I had the earphone. So now you can talk on speaker. Press it. So, post office. I am hip hop. I ain't feeling even started posting quotes of it. All right. Cole was saying it. That's right. Okay. Is the next project? Yeah, it is the next project. Okay, so we were talking about how Born Son, what he was explaining to me about the record. Like, you have to have an imagination.
Okay, here's your question. And this thing right here.
Oh.
Okay, all right, we got it. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Wow, man. Hey, I might have to do this a couple times before I get with it, but
we'll keep that going.
Yeah, they helping me get through this, y'all. Thank you for your patience.
So they can still see you even though you're not looking at yourself.
Yeah. KP spit bars. That's right. KP do spit bars. If you talking about Priest, KP does spit bars. I was probably the first one to know that outside of his immediate family. Yeah, so there will be a Rip the Jacket 2, no doubt about it. When and how exactly, I'm not sure. But it seems now that as we age, we get older, things start to present themselves when it's time, you know? Will there be another track like Poet Larry Infinity? Absolutely. That's what Rip the Jacket 2 is going to be. Please tell how DMX ended up on the album, your favorite DMX memory. Okay. So my favorite X memory was It was a couple times, a couple memories. One of them I can't even say, man, because other people gonna get mad. Yeah, I can't even say the one because they gonna get mad, man. Like he was bullying niggas. There's some niggas that he bullied. You know what I mean? Some of y'all heroes and shit. And he bullied them, and I was standing right there when we were managing Lost Boys. I was out there in Jersey City, man. It was crazy. So the one that I do remember with X, and I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna say it. I think I might have said it before, but when we were at Hot 97 with Flex, so I didn't know that. Just the volume, just a little bit.
Okay, down or up?
Down. So when we a little bit more.
It's almost off.
Yeah, come on. There we go.
You barely hear that.
Yeah, I'm talking to them though. They want to hear me, right? Where's the sound? Where they hearing? They hearing through your mic?
Yeah.
All right, so cool. So when we were up at the Hot 97 joint with Flex, at that time in '98, we were between him and I, and there were others that were out in '98 that was tearing it down and were highly anticipated. But I gotta say, man, X, I was running in his shadow, right? Like, because he had more seniority than me. You know what I mean? Even when you look at the documentaries on X, I don't have a documentary of my own. But when you look at X's documentary, like the one on Netflix and stuff, and even just the stories about, you know what I mean, how long he was influencing people before he ended up getting on Def Jam and coming with the hits, you'll know that he was aggressive, right? So when we got up to Hot 97, Flex didn't tell us that we were gonna be on the radio together at the same time before we got up to the station, you know, on Hudson Street, Hot 97. So, you know, and then there ain't no parking and all that out there. So it's like we pulled up, and when we got to the door, that's when we got upstairs. That's when it was like, yo, when I got to the door to go upstairs, it was like, yo, X is here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was ready, but I didn't know what to expect, right? Because, you know what I'm saying, X would, you know, we was tearing down mixtapes together and stuff like that, but I didn't know what the intentions of like the radio host was, or what the, you know, because I was just running and gunning and running to every event that was booked, every event that was set up. You know, everything that was on the itinerary, we was just knocking them out by one. Shout out to Charles Suit, shout out to Group Home Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Todd Ellaby, he out there, you know what I mean? Todd on the East Coast now. Tiz on the East Coast now. And also too, so X, we was in this, so but X greeted me with love, with open arms. It was a firm hug, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he dapped me up, and it was a firm hug. And when he, you know, Nori was there too, but Flex like got right to the beat. It's like they put us in a cage together, because they didn't really want to chop it up. They just wanted us to go at each other's neck or just start rhyming on the beat, because it get heated, and we were all known for having like a lot of bars, a lot of verses. So they knew what they was getting into, but we were so young and we were so thirsty for, you know, just the recognition, all the MC things, you know, nothing having to do with bread and financial. That was there, but it wasn't the motivation. And so I just remember, I don't even know what the first rhyme was. All I remember is that the beach was running. I think X touched it first, and then I was next, and then Nori, and then we just started going. Now once we started to get into it, I was standing up. I was standing up first. I don't even think I sat for long at all, because the mic's in your face, but I stood up and I adjusted the mic. When X was rhyming, when I stood up, I adjusted the mic. X was sitting down. Nori was sitting down. But then after about 2 verses, X got up. And you can hear it when you listen to the Hot 97 joint when we was up there. You hear how X got really animated. and it was when he stood up. And there's a part, my favorite part. You asked me what's my favorite DMX memory. My favorite part, because I was so like mesmerized watching him rhyme. Because remember, a lot of those rhymes, no one had ever heard them before, except maybe his folks. And then X could go off the top too. But there was this joint he did where he said, no, get him. He said, hope God's with him. Yo, that shit was crazy. That fucking rhyme was. Yeah, I got you. But that was crazy though. That rhyme, he said, no, get him. Yo, hope God's with him. That shit was crazy. I was a DMX fan when he said that. Yo, can I just fucking finish what I'm saying? Jesus fucking Christ, man. I can't even hear you because I'm talking. Let's stop it and you tell me what you want to do. All right, but I'm talking about something though, bro. Hey, listen, stop fucking with me, bro. Especially on live. Just stop fucking with me. Yeah, but stop fucking with me though. Like, write down what you want. So, write it down.
A million questions.
Right, I'm about to get to it. I will.
That's it.
All right, cool. Because it's like you want attention and shit. And I'm trying to pay attention to them. So yeah, that's my favorite memory of X. When he did that in the studio live with Flex. No, get him. Oh, God's with him. That shit crazy, man. So yeah, that's my X, John. X was nuts with it. Story of battling Wu-Tang. It wasn't a battle. Wade, watch. It wasn't a battle with the triumph of Wu-Tang. Never that, man. It was a cipher. And I'm not sure how old you are, you know what I mean, but during the 80s and the early 90s, whenever MCs got together and they rhymed, it was a cipher. It wasn't battling. Battling, now they call battling. Sometimes I think that that whole concept is a little bit it's over glamorized, right? Because really what you're doing is you're ciphering. Now when you're battling and you're getting at somebody directly, you know, that's a different zone, right? Like it seems to me like there's no love in battles, right? But in a cipher, there was always love. And you know, the Wu showed me love. They had, you know what I mean, their temperance was, they allowed me to get busy when they saw that what was coming out of the kid's mouth. They allowed me to do that. I mean, this was when I was young, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate them, you know what I'm saying, like going along with the tenets of what a cipher is, right? So can I design an album cover? Sure, Alana Silver. Just contact the IG support team, and they'll go ahead and direct you to where you could do an album cover, LP cover at. Why is the Ripper so ill? What up, Ronald? All right, let's see here what we got. All right, will you do a Canibus movie, documentary, and world tour like Michael Jackson for the Rippers Worldwide? Becca, you know what, Becca? I don't know if the world wants that. I know the Rippers would like that, but we gotta build it, right? Whatever y'all want, we gotta build it. And I called us a brotherhood before because that's what it always felt like. So we gotta build it, Becca. And then if we build it, then absolutely, man, we could all participate. Okay, so we got. Have you read Nietzsche? Yeah. I had a very dear friend that used to say Nietzsche all the time. Nietzsche used to read Nietzsche all the time to me and quote shit. Crew's mom, she was lying at the battle, dig at the style of rhymes of previous KOTD events. So, 757 Sports Collectibles. So, was the time Crew's mom, she was lying at the battle, a dig at the style of rhymes of the previous KOTD events? No. Tom Cruise's mom's shoes came from, I think I was watching one of Tom Cruise's films. So I can't wait for, I cannot wait for Top Gun Part 2. I just can't wait. You know what I mean? I'm like a Tom Cruise, you know what I'm saying? Tom Cruise fanatic in a lot of ways when it comes to like action movies. I love like the Jack Reacher stuff. The Mission Impossible, I liked it because in the beginning there was no CGI. But just in general, a lot of my favorite entertainers, actors, a lot of my favorite are the ones that I grew up with them. I grew up on them. I grew up watching them. I love Stallone. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I grew up watching Stallone movies from when, as I'm talking about, like, I take it all the way back to Victory with Sly, right? So how can you not have reverence for an action actor that did Victory and then The Expendables, right? Like, how can you not? So that's what that is. The Tom Cruise Mom Shoes. I kind of wanted to say his name so bad for like any reason and put it in something. And I thought Tom Cruise Mom Shoes, because it's so random, it's classic to me, man. I don't care what nobody think, man. I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Jack Reacher. Top Gun 2, I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see Top Gun 2. Biz, please shout out my sons. They love you. Cyrus and Atticus have been listening since birth. Wow. Okay, Chaz Whitaker, you got it. Yo, big shout out to Cyrus and Atticus, wherever you at, wherever on God's green, beautiful earth you're at. I want to shout you out. Even the name Cyrus and Atticus, I don't know what your folks was reading when they named you, man, but y'all got some real powerful names, okay? So do the knowledge on your namesake and try to live up to those names, all right? All right, I love y'all, man. All right, Chaz. Okay, Becca again. Do you feel bad for going in too hard on that dude you made Soldier Spy for? Soldier Spy. Yeah, okay, so Soldier Spy was like, I remember the title, and I do remember I was rhyming like a maniac, but I don't remember who it was about. A lot of times we rhyming about, just so that you know, we rhyming to invisible enemies, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Especially like me, man. I was never rhyming at somebody. You know what I mean? Like, most of the time, only in specific cases, most of the time, we were rhyming at invisible enemies. Like, we was just shadow boxing, man, Okay, was it ever awkward having so much love for K Solo and Keith Murray, knowing their past tension? All right, Ronald. Okay. I feel you. So, K Solo is like my triple OG, man. What can I say? Keith Murray is more like a peer to me, right? And then so you got K Solo is Redman's older brother, right? And so, you know what I mean? For those who don't know, it's Loki and Thor, right? And so, and that goes back way further than my history, you know what I'm saying, with even hip hop. But we gotta remember that when you come out of a camp or a team or a clique or a group, of course there's gonna be tensions, man. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta work our way around things. What I will say though, Ronald, is that like there's no hatred. Nobody's harboring any hatred, man. This I know because I communicate with one half of that, right? And there's no animos there, man. We all older now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not awkward, man. It's life. You know what I mean? But Solo is my triple OG. All right, so Mike Bond, peace. What up, Mike? Okay, you up there in Canada, all right. Okay, Hydra and Animal Husbandry. Okay, so look, I love Hydra, thank you, right? Animal Husbandry, funny enough, the title, I really like the title, you know what I'm saying? And I just threw the Animal Husbandry takes all my time because it's funny as fuck, right? Animal Husbandry is crazy, and the rhyme is crazy too. And thank you, Mike, you know what I'm saying? Like, couldn't have did it without you, G. You know what I mean? Marco Polo. What is your hardest bar you ever scripted? Your absolute favorite? Damn, Polo. I don't know, man. I hope I haven't said my hardest bar yet. Like, I really hope I haven't penned that bar yet. But I say that so we both know that Cambada will make you if you gonna get him, cause I ain't really know that many niggas that rock with him from, you know what I'm saying, from our era. He's from the same era in terms of, he might be a little bit younger, but he coming with that gladiator rhyme aggressiveness and the wordplay and the lyrics. His lyrical content, Cambada. But see, the thing is, he doesn't scare me. I welcome that with open arms. A lot of the rest of the collective of MCs, they didn't rock with Cam because Cambada scares them. Bada makes them fearful, man. They don't want to get on the track with him, right? So, and I get it, you know what I'm saying? But running from him ain't gonna help you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you, all it's gonna do is just a workout, man. You know what I'm saying? Go get that exercise on with him. You know what I'm saying? That's why I even did the KOTD thing to begin with. I did it because I wanted to get in there and participate with them. Not come in there and take something and run away. But I don't think they saw that, right? So what did they do? They ended up, but sometimes when you don't really see that someone's trying to build, that's why the battle rap stuff, you know, it's a thin line between, are you trying to build or destroy? That's the difference between battling and ciphering. When you're ciphering, you're building. When you're battling, you're destroying. You're not building anything when you battle. So y'all pay attention to the semantics. All right. So yeah, shout out to Polo. Yeah, I don't know I hope I haven't written my hardest bar. And shout out to Bada and his team. Shout out to Domingo too. You know what I'm saying? That's Domingo's, he a triple OG in this shit. Okay, how long was the writing process for this album? Yo, I did this album, I recorded it a lot quicker than I wrote it, right? And that was mainly attributed to trying to find that right balance between making something that would be impressive, that would have been impressive to my normal demographic, my usual demographic, but also trying to mix it up and surprise you, right? Because it's hard to impress y'all based off of what y'all have already heard. Like, is it gonna be Rip the Jacker? Is it gonna be that? Like, how can I tell you that? I don't know, right? I was younger. I was in a different state of mind, right? So, you know, I'm just glad that y'all. I'm just enthused, man, that y'all, you know, that you've invested in the brand of cannabis. You know what I mean? Because before it was a brand, it was just poetry, right? And then it became, you know, through different changes and different upgrades and different downfalls and pitfalls and traps. Yo, goddamn, y'all, if y'all don't know, man, man, they put me in so many traps, man, and just like, yo, fight your way out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even lyrically, like, yo, fight your way out of this with that rhyme. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do. I fight my way out the room with the rhymes, and some of them was just traps, man. And you know, circling back to what satisfies me is that y'all have invested in the brand, the cannabis brand, through thick and thin, and I that's something that I can't really even articulate how satisfying that is. You know what I mean? You know, outside of anything that you can achieve as an entertainer and a poet doing rap music, having a solid foundation, a solid cornerstone, hardest thing to do. It's the most difficult thing to do. Because if you think about it, only other genres of music last up into 2-3 decades, right? You know, no matter how hot somebody is right now, and no matter how much the machine is behind them, once they fall back on the machine and they don't have that machine anymore, let's see what happens. Where's the foundation at? You know what I mean? And so the ones that continue to subsist and thrive, the artists that do and rap, you know it's attributed to their demographic and the people who it is like a brotherhood. You know what I mean? And a cohesive group. And you know, I don't think it's anybody like Canibus Brotherhood, Canibus fans, Canibus listeners, Canibus consumers. I don't think there's anybody like y'all on the planet. I do know that K Reno, his pantheon of listeners is like, yo, them dudes, man. But Reno is nasty though, right? But look, Reno didn't run us off, man. When we sent the beats to Reno, you know, I forget exactly how it happened. Somebody had kind of like threw him in the mix on some, like, yo, do something with Reno. Won't you do a track with K Reno? And we did one track with him, and it was like, yo, and then it turned into more. But I enjoyed the exercise, right? So, because if y'all listen to Lyrical Law, Born Son tore that record. We tore the frame out that record. The whole LP, we had everybody on there. Chino, all the sharpest MCs was on that LP. And you know, Reno got on there, and Reno didn't spank me on every track, man. He didn't. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know that. He know that. You know what I'm saying? But Reno wasn't. He didn't lay down neither, man. Reno walked out that room sometimes facing front. You know what I'm saying? He was always, you know what I mean, Reno sharp as a razor blade. But that the sample with goddamn the Iron Sheik, that track was crazy. And then Cheeto got busy. Cheeto went fucking bat guano on that record. So let's go to Wilkshake. What's up, Wilkshake? Everybody give a round of applause for Wilkshake, man. Wilkshake been ride with the Rippers since before Spitballs. And I don't know how many people is even on here that remembers that. But yo, Wilkshake, it's love, life, and legacy for you, brother. You really, I think you're streaming this too, man. Like, absolutely, boss. Like, you a part of the inner circle. Okay, MJ Dora. Any big collaborations in the works? Yeah, quite a few. I won't say that they're with, you know, like big name artists. You know, they're more so with artists that are sharp with theirs and artists that maybe, you know, want to come exercise. And it's a learning moment for all of us. And I mean, ain't that what it is? Like, we get in there and we work it out, man. We get to these beats, man, and we fulfill desires of sparring even with ourselves, with the rhymes, with the poetry, right? Because you're taking what the creator gave you, you're ingesting it, and you're reflecting it. Because nobody's creating. Well, I don't really create my own slang as easily as some artists. There are other artists out here in the world, like so Corrupt. We just left Corrupt at the spot, Gotti, and I will say that Gotti's one of those artists that he'll create his own slang, but then he still got a mastery of the English language and he get busy with it. But I'm not gifted that way to create my own slang outright. I use what's already on the table and reflect it. And that's what we gonna do with all collaborations, man. We always do that, right? So shout out to MJ Dora, Eric Richter. Okay, are you really an initiative? Oh, here you go with them questions. I wouldn't even want to disrespect, you know, that lodge, you know, that absolutely not, Eric. Like, you can't take everything I say literally, because obviously, you know, as a poet, you know, I got like a, you know, I got artistic license, right? So I'm able to go ahead and mix it up and make it interesting, right? So Shout out to the initiates of the flame and all that. That's not my lodge. I'm not really. That's above my pay grade, really. Okay. Oh, we read all the way through the album? So you in a rush?
No, I'm telling people.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we just ran through the whole album, yo. We went through the 12 tracks. Yeah, we went through the album. And y'all let me know if you can hear me over the shit playing in the background too loud. Just let me know. I'll turn it up if you say turn it up. If you say turn it down, let me know. So yeah, once again, yo, Kaiju, yo, shout out to Fat Beats and Joe. Fat Beats, I wanna definitely highlight Fat Beats. Fat Beats is a general. Fat Beats is a general. Fat Beats is a, if he ain't a 5-star general, it's definitely a 4.9 star general, man. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, those tabs got to get polished, man, because Fat Beats been doing it for the culture for a long time. Any work that I've done with Fat Beats or anything that I put out with Fat Beats, like, or art songs that I featured on that were put out by Fat Beats just been around so long, man. There's just so much respect that I have for, right up there on goddamn, what was it, Santa Monica and out there on the west side, like, been up to the many times, walked through the store, the vinyl, the wax. I mean, from people from our era, Fat Beats is a mainstay, man. So I want to send a shout out to Fat Beats, you know what I'm saying? Joe up at Fat Beats, you know what I'm saying? 80 kept the link strong with that. Shout out to Fat Beats, man. Like, couldn't have did it without you heard? So, that's right, y'all. And, let's see here. Let's see here. Man, this thing keep... That Swiss and Tim verse. Yeah, that's it. That Swiss and Tim verse was crazy. I'm talking about from verses. Track 357. Okay, Conscious, you said, what is Empire Beneath the Ice? Okay, so if you Google Empire Beneath the Ice, it's gonna take you right to what you asking. I wouldn't be the you know what I mean, like the final authority on it, but it's interesting, right? And I really do think that has everything to do with your life. So you might want to go Google that and follow your nose, man. That shit going to enlighten you. Would you ever take an invite on that Swiss and Tim verses? So verses, the way that I see the Triller, that Triller brand, the way I look at it, man, you talking about two titans, right? Soundscape titans. You got Swiss Beats, you got Timbaland. Now, I remember Timbaland back when he was like one of the star producers for Jodeci. And you know what I mean? Like that's Timbaland and Missy. Like, you talking about, in my life, that would be history, man. Like, you talking about a producer that made his sound, he crafted his sound from, you know what I'm saying, out of his own mind, like out of his own spirit. You know what I mean? He the music, and then Missy, man, like everybody remembers he how like not for nothing, Missy. So people be talking about battles and all that. Missy was nasty on the mic. The first time I heard her was back in when we were at Uptown Records, and Missy was nasty with it. You hear me? Like, and she get busy, man. Like Missy could just go anywhere with the track. And Timbaland was her main producer. That was like her. You know, they were handcuffed at the wrist, man, for a lot of years over there in the 90s, man. And shout out to that team and that camp. And you know, what's always gonna stand out is they came out at a time when you had to stand out, because if you didn't stand out, you didn't get heard. So You know what I mean? It was really aggressive back then in the 90s, man, in the early, the mid 90s. This is after Nas, after Black Moon, Buckshot, like, you know what I mean? This is after, Mobb Deep, this is after that. So about Swiss, I was never able to say out loud how it was a heartfelt response that Swiss had after the 2012 Vendetta battle. Swiss said something to the effect, I can't remember verbatim, but I do remember it was along the lines of like, yo, you don't know what's going through that man's mind, you don't know what he's dealing with, and he was defending me somewhat, and I rate him for that, because when he said that, there was a lot of truth to it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, the debauchery that went on out there across the border was just crazy, man. And everybody who know what happened. They know what happened with that. Like, why 4 days before the battle, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers' shoulder was ripped out the socket. All right, so, deer antler spray will bring you back. So, pill form or liquid extract. So, Thomas Gibson. Who's left? Tom? Who's left? Oh, yeah. This is Tom. Oh, he's out in Florida. He in Florida right now. Number 2. Yeah. I know who he is, but he's in Florida right now, right? Peace, Tom. Okay. So, yeah, man, everybody, let's recognize Thomas, man. You know what I'm saying? Big Thomas Gibson. He's modest, though. He's modest. So, love, life, and legacy for Thomas, man. But Thomas, his question is, who's left that you want to collaborate with and haven't as yet? So, Thomas, man, that's a good question, because at this stage, I'm just like in suspended animation, I suppose. Like, I'm making my own solo records and stuff, but I'm in suspended animation insofar as who I want to work with. I'm more like where it's like, who wants to work with me, right? So, you know what I mean? I'm easy, man. I'm not trying to overshadow anyone's contribution in hip hop. A whole lot more, just flat-footed with the music, with my relationship to the music in general. Just flat-foot about it, man. No, it's way less intense. Make the records we want, the love, life, and legacy, right? So, you and Nas, fucking you and Eminem. What you trying to say, 357? Like, oh, you talking about for collabs?
Well, I know one collab we're gonna do.
Well, don't tell them.
We might as well.
No, don't tell them.
All right.
Don't tell them. Don't say nothing. Because if you say something, if you can buzz about that, it's going to create a problem. So
I'm going to make it happen the next month.
Right. So, yeah, shout out to Escobar. Escobar, had positive words. Every time I ever met him was positive vibe. The only time I really had a chance to sit down and chop it up with him, or he chopped it up with me, I was quiet during that whole exchange, but he gave me words of encouragement, man. I'll never forget it. It was at a Sony party. Clef had taken me there. I met Maxwell and stuff. Nas was there. Esco was there. Gave me words of encouragement, man. This was early in the game, man. Definitely want to send a shout out to Nas. Marshall, send a shout out to Marshall too. Like, if I could say a name to Marshall to just disarm any kind of nonsense out there that people in the game, or people that are not in the game, just the people who like to start fires. They don't put any fires out, they just start them. The name that I would say is Wendy Day, man. Wendy Day. You know what I mean? Because Wendy Day, she was a glue. She was the cohesive that would have, she was what I would have called like a force multiplier in terms of unit cohesion. She was always trying to bring people together, man. Anybody knows the name that I just mentioned, and the person and the spirit and the soul that goes with that person, like, amazing person, right? Wendy Day. Shout out to Wendy Day wherever you at, hon. hip hop would have been way different without you. Okay, so Marshall, that's the name I could say to let you know that, or let anybody else out there know that that's a wall that no one else can get behind. That's a firewall right there that nobody can get behind that, because nobody knows what Wendy Day said to you about me, and nobody knows what Wendy Day said to me about you. Nobody knows what Wendy said. So, but you probably know, and I definitely know what she said to me. So, Wendy, right? So when you think of anything, Marshall, just think of Wendy's face. You know what I mean? Wendy's nice little Mrs. Claus face. Think of Wendy. You know what I'm saying? All right. Journey Deep Lifestyle. What was going through your mind when you made One Ought Not to Think back in 07? Dope new album. Peace. So, One Ought Not to Think is a term that was coined by Rummy. You know what I'm saying? Those who know what I'm talking about, they know who Rummy is. They know where that shit came from, man. Rummy, you know, I don't know him, never met him. Just listened to the words and just looked at it on the TV and looked at it on certain little statements that was made. You know what I mean? My little stint, different things. And Rummy is way above my pay grade and possibly above yours too, most likely. And that's where One Ought Not to Think comes from. Funniest, most serious collection of words ever. And another term that he coined is and I don't say Rummy out of disrespect. I say Rummy out of respect, because it's like you don't want to say the name, and that's so far above your pay grade. But there's another term that he coined, and it was there are known knowns and there are unknown knowns. But the known unknowns, and funny enough, the known knowns, I put that on this album, the unknown known, whatever that shit, man. Yo, crazy. All right, Cardante. Okay, cool. So Cardante, is it cool between you and M? Is it cool between you and... Oh, you talking about Elvis? Oh, by the way, when I say Elvis, speaking about Marshall, it's like a code word, right? No disrespect involved with it. It's said to kind of like play something that relates to... It's probably for me, it's the easiest way for me to quantify what he means to the rap world, right? Rap version of that. And the lyrical version of that, the hip hop version of that. And then for the most of the world, the millions, the mega millions, the pop version of rap, or the twisted soundscape that came from that. So when I say the Elvis thing, man, it ain't no disrespect. So to answer your question, I think things are cool, and by that's why I brought just the beautiful, picturesque vision of Wendy. You know what I'm saying? Because Wendy would be able to just take the both of us like this and just be like, look. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's saying or doing anything out of pocket, right? So as far as a collaboration, listen, man, we getting too old, man. Like, I'm going to just say it like this, man. If something like that didn't happen before and in and of itself, no one's looking for that. I'm not looking for something like that to happen just because I don't think anybody would be satisfied with it. I think people would make assholes out of themselves. Like, I'm talking about the fans. I'm talking about not you guys that's in this chat right now. I'm talking about the fans, the run of the mill fans, the populace, the you know what I mean? I feel like they would turn it into, they would create some kind of a skiff out of it. They would exaggerate, start fires, and you know what I mean? I'm not with that stuff. So I wouldn't even pursue a collab. I don't think it would happen anyway, but even if it was presented, I wouldn't pursue it because I feel like people are not mature enough, psychologically mature enough. Not you guys, not you folks, not my runners, not my runners or my gunners, man. And I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about loudspeaker, bullhorn style. The ones out there, I don't think they psychologically capable. It's just like the Kaiju album, right? They not psychologically capable of understanding this shit. Born Son spoke on it. You need to use your imagination. If you listen to the record and the record somehow you're not feeling it and you don't understand it, just close your eyes. Go get your favorite, relaxant. You know what I mean? Get in a relaxed state of mind and try to keep up with the rhymes, the words that's coming at you, what the words mean to you. And then put the visual to the word. If you gotta pause it or play it back, do it piece by piece. But once you start to connect those visuals with your imagination, Born Son coined the term imagination. Once you put the imagination together with what you're hearing over Body Bag Ben beats, that's why on COVID Santa, I said the scenery starts off. And if you notice, when I started that record, and I did it a couple times on Kaiju, I started when the beat started. You know how difficult that is to just. That's why I used to be metronome man, right? I had a metronome. Just the scenery starts off, then the kick starts. Scenery starts off with a slow pan and a drone cam from a drone operator with cold hands. A Body Bag Ben beat bumps. A chime from a grandfather clock made of pine wood with walnut studs. Do you even know somebody with a motherfucking clock like that? Probably not. So for people who can't use their imagination, I don't even know why you even listen to me, man. I don't know why you come in and quarrel about it. If you don't have an imagination, man, just save yourself the trouble and the mental headache. Just save it, man. Save the quarreling with my real rippers because they've been keeping up. The visuals satisfy them. And that's the connection that we have. All right. Can we get a Buckingham Palace too? You know what? Back in the day when I made the original track, I made it because, you know what I mean? Like, I have family on that side of the world. And I even lived there myself in the 80s. And I will say this. Very cerebral culture, right? And so you can get away with throwing things here and there and there, but you know what? Everybody's grown up now, including those who occupy the palace and all that type of stuff. So you can't really talk about that stuff. Like, we're all old enough now to. I don't ever want to. I remember on I think it's For Whom to Be Told. I was like, yo, something building on the front line with Prince Williams, and then he went and enlisted, right? And you know what I mean? So I recognize that there are tethers that, in spite of people's status in the world, right? Socioeconomic, whatever, ethereal whatever it is, you know what I mean? There's tethers that bring us together and tethers that you can pull on and really, you know what I mean? You can reach out and communicate, and you don't ever want to send the wrong message. So when you get older, you got to be more responsible for what you're saying and how you're saying it. So Buckingham Palace 2, while Buckingham Palace 1 was dope, it was for a time and there was a window for that sort of thing, right? To do Buckingham Palace 2, and so many years later, it would seem as if I'm kind of like trying to single something out, and I'm not, right? That was dope. It was my way of paying homage to the king, the United Kingdom roots. You know what I mean? I'm Jamaican. Jamaica was a British colony at one time, and you know what I mean? Like, listen, man, that's that. Yeah, For Whom to Be Told is very interesting. Will be another like it. Becca, I don't know if that's crazy. Is this a female? Talk about For Whom to Be Told. I don't believe it. I don't believe a female anywhere on the earth has ever sat down and listened to For Whom to Be Told from beginning to end. I just don't believe it. You know what I mean? So I think that this is an avatar and a name that's a female name. We'll find out when it's done. Yeah, I just don't believe it. For Whom to Be Told was a bananas record, Becca, and I want to keep it all the way a buck with you. During that time, I felt like I was under spiritual attack from my whole world and those of people who were close to me were under spiritual attack, and For Whom the Beat Tolls was a way of trying to cathartically maneuver through it. For Whom the Beat Tolls was the record that Poet Larry and Infinity was, and I won't take credit for the record. I penned it, but the inspiration and the formula and the equation for Poet Larry and Infinity, I don't think it just came from me. I think that it came from, entities higher up that threw something in my direction, and because I was able to like jump rope with it, it turned out into something. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like and back to track 357. So you talking about UK roots or whatever. So you must know who John D is, right? So John D, the little stuff that he would communicate with, and the type of counsel and advisory, stance that he would take. So on For Whom the Beat Tolls, that's how I feel like that record, there was an advisory there was a counsel there. Don't know if it was one entity or several, or not really sure, but I know that I was able to perform a fraction of what they were trying to do, and it was probably experimental for them, right? Would you ever do a track with Eminem? Okay, so Nas Popcorn. Would you ever do a track? I answered this already, though. Yeah. All right.
We're going to hit one or two more questions, y'all.
All right.
Make sure you go to candynft.com.
Yeah. So,
Is that all?
Nah. So, would you ever take an invite on Swiss and Tim versus? So,
you already got that one.
Yeah, I know, but this I didn't say. You know what's interesting on the versus track? What track is that?
10.
All right, so number 10. So on the versus track, I know me and Son talked about it. Some of the lineups, they don't make any sense, right? Some of the lineups do. To me, it all makes sense. Let me tell you why. If hip hop, if the hip hop population, or the purveyors of hip hop music, right? I don't know what you want to call it now. Hip hop, maybe there needs to be a new term, because hip hop just dates us, right? It makes it sound dated. But that style of poetry, that style of music from our era of rap, if they could just elevate to the point where you could have Shabazz the Disciple and Bad Bunny get on stage together and do a show with both their fan bases, and everybody have a good time and go home, man. Like, if you can do that, then hip hop's done its job. Bring people together, right, from all walks of life. And I'm not trying to get on no type of, like I'm trying to glue pieces together. I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't care what y'all want to do. What I'm saying to you is that if we had that attitude where you could just pair groups together and pair people, then that would be better off for hip hop. Hip hop would be better off because of it. Would the sharpshooter see the light of day? So where we going? Oh, all right, cool. All right, y'all. So look, obligations is calling. I gotta get it. I can keep it pushing. Okay, the sharpshooters will definitely see the light of day. Matter of fact, that's what that is right here. It'll see the light of day. And what we trying to do is we trying to upgrade. We trying to upgrade that Born Son under Born Son direction. It's definitely gonna keep it coming.
I want you to sign. This is the first one.
Right. I know. I really wanted to fucking yo, shout out to Trenko. I know.
Yeah, shout everyone out.
Hey, Pirate, wherever you at, man. Like, I love you, man. Like, get in touch, man. Yo, Beck is crazy. Why you trying to discover him truth? It's crazy. The reason why, Beck, is because there are things in the ocean. All right, yeah. Hempstead, Long Island. Yo, yeah, Hempstead, come on, man. Yeah, motherfuckers. Okay, that's where Huss from. Mm-hmm. All right, yo, shout out to Huss Killer, man. Killed that verse. We killed Huss Kingpin. We killed that verse, man. And shout out to A+ out there in Long Island, Hempstead. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to K Solo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rock Kim Allah. You know what I'm saying? There's so much out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, you know, the whole Death Squad, all that, man. Like, you know, his squad. There's different, a lot of tethers out there in Long Island, man. All right,
so this is the very first. This is the very first one of 250. This guy signed all these joints. CandyNFT.com. To all the fans, man, much appreciated. Like, the record's streaming amazing right now on Apple, on Spotify, on iTunes, on Google Play. Kaiju, man, it's one of many. We got a lot of records coming for next year.
Tell you.
Got lots of records. Yeah, I changed and all that. I'm ready to go out. You know? Kaiju is available now. CandyNFT.com. I hope y'all appreciate, you know, this has been mad active. Like, all right, we got to put the battery back in the back. Yeah. Fucking fresh ass Wuko with the Fendi.
Yeah, right.
This guy, a whole new cannabis right here.
Listen, what I would like to see from y'all though is like you know, go easy on 80, man. Like at the end of the day, you know, tact and strategy, everybody's gonna be different, right? But in terms of getting it done, in terms of getting that, you know, launch the rocket. Yeah.
That's a white
right. Yeah, in terms of getting that rocket to the right stratosphere, man, listen, man, this right here, I didn't make this myself, man. You hear me? So, you know, we're gonna give proper praise where it's due. And big team put this together, man. We wanna send a shout out to, you know, the Rippers. You know, we all Rippers here, man. And I want to send a shout out to all the Rippers worldwide. I love you. You know, you have satisfied you satisfied me by supporting this record. You said just the vibe already. You satisfied me.
All right, we gotta be out.
All right. Yeah, we gotta roll out. So I'm gonna sign this right now.
I'll hold it.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign it.
All right. Everything's available at CandyNFT.com.
That's right.
Kaiju was signed the cover.
That's right.
The front. This is the very first one of 250.
That's right. Yeah, man.
Let me see how that
good.
came out.
The color's really good, man. The
Boom.
color's good. The color's good.
All right, so we got the vinyls, the CDs, the cassettes,
and I'm gonna put 2022 on it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put 2022 on it because it's part of the collection. And you know,
we gotta sign all these joints.
That's
all right. Yeah. So we're about to go get it in. If you're in the Bay Area, tomorrow, Emerald Cup, Santa Rosa, Corrupt, Master Killer, Capadonna, Prodigal Son, DJ Sal. I'll be there. Shout out to the Black Market Certified family.
Shout out to Jigsaw, man. All hip hop.
Shout out to Chuck Creekmer, all hip hop.
Yeah, man, because you know what I mean. The homie was you know, very instrumental in just even, you know, allowing hip hop, like giving hip hop a foundation. Cornerstone guy, man. Like definitely one of the cornerstones. Shout out to Jigsaw. Real. All right. And his homeboy, his homie that he had on the call with him.
Oh yeah.
Yo, Jigsaw's man that was with him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to give a special shout out to Hip Hop DX, Justin Hunt, my man DJ Be Easy, everyone of you fans out there that's rocking with the records. I promise you, we already got a whole lineup of what's coming next year, man. So more new music, more new merch, some shows, more of this man, live and direct.
Yeah, shout out to Kenny, Sal, Jake, you know what I mean? Like, the Chill Lover Radio family. Shout out to, you know, the Shan 51, you know what I mean? The Tranquil Beast, Soultron. I saw you, Soultron. Shout out to Soultron. Yo, shout out to just all of you, right? I hope we could do this again soon, and I hope we could do it when we're not in a rush. Maybe we can set it up in a day or two before I leave this area. Like, we're gonna go work.
I'll tell you what, y'all. Listen, everyone tuned in. You support the record. Go ahead and post the cover of this album on your page. Tag Canibus Verified. If I see enough of those, we'll do this on the 12th. We'll do another live on the 12th. All right.
Right.
Y'all show love for us. We'll show it back. All right.
Yeah, because just in case y'all ain't know, like, listen to me, man. If you think I could do this by myself, you crazy, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if you think I can't do this by myself, man. Like, look, man. Look, this is for y'all. This is what he created. You understand what I'm saying? Out of his own mind mastery. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, man.
Yo, wait, you want to fuck him up real quick?
Yeah, what you got? What you got?
Wait, on. I'm about to fuck up the world. Happy birthday, Jermaine. Happy birthday, Jermaine.
Stop playing, man.
Come on, bring it back.
Stop playing, man. Stop playing, man.
Come on, bring it over here. Look, you're showing him your legs.
Stop playing, man. Stop playing, man.
Come on, let him see it.
Stop playing, man.
What? Huh? Oh, shit. Huh? Happy birthday, Jermaine. All right? Yo. He's beside himself right now. Like I forget his fucking birthday.
Nah, because I thought someone was going to jump out the cake.
What's good? Let's go do shit. All right? We got cake and cake. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yo, post the album, tag Canibus, talk about your favorite songs. Grassroots, word of mouth is the best fucking promo we can ask for right now. And keep streaming the album. Let's break that top 10. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Love, life, and legacy, y'all. Say it with me, man. Love, life, and legacy. And do that posting where he talks.